attending and thank you for attending tonight's town hall on CURLSASK's youth programs. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Dustin Mickish and I am the development coordinator for CURLSASK. Primarily my role with CURLSASK is to coordinate all of our youth programming, as well as coordinating some coaching, ice technician, and umpire courses. Tonight, we're very pleased to be joined by Emily Blay from Passion Curling. Emily will be giving us an overview of the Blizzard program and U15 to U21 skill development program. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks, Dustin. It's going to be a pleasure to be with you guys tonight, and we'll chat a little bit later about those programs.
Sounds good. So just a little bit of an overview on our youth programming. So we have had some changes since the previous seasons, and our youth programming, we offer a number of youth programming opportunities right from learning to curl to competition. Specifically, we group our youth programming into 4 different categories: our clinics and camps, development programs, spiels, and competitions. And in addition, throughout the presentation, I have added a colored dot to show if the program is for beginners, intermediate levels, or advanced youth curlers. Before we start, I'd just like to acknowledge our official youth development partner of CURLSASK, Viterra. So Viterra is the official title sponsor of our youth clinics, Blizzard program, and Prairieland Curling Camp series. Viterra is a world-leading, fully integrated agricultural network that connects producers to consumers with sustainable, traceable, and quality-controlled agricultural products. So the first one is our Rocks and Rings program with our partners at Rocks and Rings. So it's very beginner. It's a chance for people to be introduced and young curlers to be introduced to the sport at the elementary school level. And this is widely introduced in school gymnasiums. So our partners at Rocks and Rings connects to our provincial sport, but through interactive physical education programs and classroom resources. Rocks and Rings has reached more than 1.5 million students with engaging physical education programs and online resources. Using floor curl, custom curling equipment designed for gyms, it gets students curling right in the school with no ice required. Their in-school programs complement our programs through their in the classroom programs, ensuring a fun curling learning experience. These programs are affordable to bring into your school, and they're available to anyone across the province, and you can learn more about them by visiting rocksandrings.com. But as well, you can also rent out their equipment for 2 days, $250, or 4 days for $350, and this includes sets of stones, sticks, target house mats, as well as a certificate for all students. And one of the most exciting parts about Rocks and Rings that are available for teachers is their education portal. So this is free, that focuses on curriculum-based learning activities, math, science, English, social studies, that provides resources for all teachers to learn about curling. Moving into our Viterra youth clinics, it's another introduction for young curlers. And this can be held during the day, after school, in the evenings, and it's tailored to youth ages 5 to 18 and can be anywhere between 1 to 5 hours in length. And anybody who's interested in hosting one of these youth clinics can contact myself, and they can be held at any time throughout the curling season. And the level of instruction is really tailored to the group of the students. So anywhere from beginner to those that are maybe already in school programs, it's a perfect opportunity to learn from our team CURLSASK instructors. And as well as we offer host grants for clubs who host them based on the number of hours of the clinic. So moving into our Prairieland Curling Camp series. So these are new this year. We have 8 1 to 2 camps that will be held across the province, starting this weekend in Regina at the Cali, until January of 2022. And these are focused between the ages of 10 to 18. And again, similar to the youth clinics, they're for intermediate curlers. So these are some curlers that have a little bit more, would have a little bit more experience, and they take part in on ice sessions with technical, strategy, sweeping, singles, and doubles. And the goal is for them to have fun playing the sport, make connections with curlers from across the province, all while developing their skills. And as mentioned on the previous slide, there'll be one in each region. So these are 8 locations this year. And registration can be found on our website at curlsask.ca/Prairieland Curling Camp Series. And you can register right online through our website. And for those looking to maybe host a Prairieland Curling Camp in the future, we have 3 kind of different options for clubs who are looking to host a camp in a box, hybrid camp, and also kind of a do-it-yourself camp. So this varies in level of support from CURLSASK, right from us looking after the whole camp to letting the club kind of run the camp for themselves. So if you're looking to host Prairieland Curling Camp in the future and would like to, feel free to reach out to me, and we can definitely have your curling club host Prairieland Curling Camp. And now I'd like to pass it over to Emily to talk about the Blizzard program in U15 to U21 skill development program.
Awesome, thanks, Dustin. I'm just going to share my screen. Cool. So once again, thanks for having me tonight. Super excited to be working with CURLSASK for the last 2 years. For those who know me a little bit, I'm from Quebec, but yeah, super happy to be in Regina now. And let's get started for the Blizzard and U15 to U21 program. So just a little introduction if you want to learn a little bit more about me. So I've been playing for over 23 years, sorry. I've been playing most of my competition in Quebec. We're the last mixed national champion. Unfortunately, there was no world the last 2 years, so we're still waiting a little bit what's going to happen this year. I've been playing in some junior nationals, mixed nationals, and a few Scotties. I'm also a ComDev coach and in the progress to become a coach developer, so which is really interesting. And I've been working a little bit with rental groups, with some youth clinics as well in the past. I've been with Rocks and Rings as well, and I'm also a massage therapist. So I've been traveling quite a bit. I have lots of experience, and with Passion Curling, it's really interesting to be working with a lot of clubs. So we're now we have programs in Quebec, Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC so far. So we're pretty excited to grow our sport in different provinces. So what is Passion Curling? So we started the business in 2015 in Quebec. Just started slowly because I had a full-time job, but curling is definitely my passion, and I really want to help clubs to develop their programs, especially for kids 6 to 21. And we also have some programs for adults, give some clinics or some private teaching. So our goal is to develop promotional tools for curling clubs and to develop programs mostly at a recreational level. We want to offer professional service into curling clubs as well as private curling sessions to members and athletes. And finally, we also have the massage therapy services with myself for some events. So if you guys need any massage therapy support for an event, mostly for a competition event, I would be happy to be part of that. So our goals with Passion Curling is really to promote and develop curling at a national level, to give curling clubs some practical tools and offer some adapted training sessions at a recreational level. We want to give the opportunity to everyone to try curling in a fun, safe instructor environment. So that's definitely a big goal for us. And also we're really trying to be involved in the community. So we've been with Children's Wish Foundation for a few years. We've done a few events, and we're definitely happy to be working with some other clubs or events here in Saskatchewan for the next few years. So our target market with Passion Curling, like I said, we really want to focus on mostly kids from 6 to 21 years old, with the instructors of youth programs, instructors for rental groups as well, curling club members, and athletes. So one thing that is very interesting with our programs is who can receive the Passion Curling trainings is really open to everybody. You don't need to be a coach, but this is definitely for us a first step to get people involved in the sport, to like what they do, like teaching, and hopefully then become a coach if they want to go a little bit further in their training. Definitely to work with a structured program and focus on fun and safety. So like I said, the next step for a trainer, a coach, volunteer, club member would be to enter the NCCP pathway to become a coach. So there's a lot of options, starting with a club coach. And then if you want to do a little bit more competition with your teams, you can go into the competition intro or competition development coach. So our Passion Curling programs, today we're just going to focus on the Blizzard program, which is our 6 to 12 years old. This is a Curling Quebec program, but fortunately we were able to work with Curling Quebec to be able to make it available everywhere in Canada. And our U15 to U21 Curling Skills Development Program, which is a 100% Passion Curling program. We also have the instructors for rental groups and some group and private training sessions for club members, teams, or can be individuals as well. So for our Blizzard program, so like Dustin was saying, so Viterra is a partner of the Blizzard for our 6 to 12 years old. We're very happy that Viterra is committed with our program. So for the just overview, I'm not going to give all the details, but just so you guys can know a little bit more about those programs. So this is an 8-week programs in 2 levels. So each level is 8 weeks. Every session, every week, we do have a different theme. So there's always something different to learn for the kids. At the end of each level, participants can receive a certificate. Definitely something that they really enjoy to have. And on one side, they get their name on it, and just that they achieved the level 1 or level 2. And at the back of the certificate, usually we are asking the instructors to just write like a positive comment. So kids are really enjoying receiving those certificates. We also have a small evaluation that is done after level 2, but it's really made on the basics of the sport. Just an example, like if the participant can do the difference between a guard, a draw, a hit, can they know like what weight to throw, right rotation, why we sweep, why is it important. So just the small little basics, just to make sure they did learn everything through the 8 sessions. We do offer training session of 1.5 hour. It can be available by Zoom or in person at the curling club. With COVID, we had to really reorganize ourselves a little bit last year. So all our trainings can be done by Zoom, which is great. So sometimes if the club is like 5, 6, 7 hours away from Regina for me, or for another instructors, we don't have to travel and charge a traveling fee. So we just can set up a Zoom so all your instructors can learn a bit more about the program. So we do a good overview of the program, and there's also a safety components that will be discussed with instructors, as safety is definitely one of our big goal with every program. So after the training sessions, our instructors will be able to understand and apply the Blizzard program, Initiation to Curling for 6 to 12 years old. They'll be able to establish a structure for the program. So our structure is already made. It's really easy. So all the sessions are planned with the time, what drill you're going to do. Are you going to do a game? So super, super easy to use. If you have an instructor that is sick one day and you have to get someone new for one session, then you just say, hey, we're just at session number 5. Just go through the little document, little booklet. Everything is super clear. So that's one thing that is very easy to follow as well. We want to create a uniform way to teach the basics of the sports as well. So either if you're in Quebec, in Saskatchewan, in BC, we want participants to learn the basics kind of the same way. Of course, we are very open to changes, and we do tell the instructors that they can change the drills, they can change the time. It's really going to vary according to our participants' skills as well. But at least you have a great structure to start with, and then after that you can just teach on the best of your abilities. And finally, we definitely want to offer a fun and positive experience to every kid, and we want every instructors to have fun as well teaching the program. So here's just a look at our 2 booklets, so level 1 and level 2. It's very colorful. Inside the booklets, like I said, you have the description of the 8 weeks. And at the end of each booklets, you also have some extra drills. So if you want to change it up a little bit, if you feel that one drill is not working for your participants, then just go pick an extra drill in your booklet and you're good to go. Yeah, there you go. So here is an example of the success certificate. So like I said, on one side, you just have to write the name of the participants, the date, the instructor is going to sign, and on the back of the certificate, just can write a positive comment at the end of the 8 weeks. So just to also say for the Blizzard program, if your club is interested to starting the program, CURLSASK is giving a grant that's going to go up to $100 to $400. Dustin's going to be able to give a little bit more information about that, but it's going to depend on how many participants you get into your program, but definitely interesting so the clubs can get a little bit money back for getting the program. So if we go to the U15 to U21 skills development program, so this is kind of what's going to follow our Blizzard program, but this is going to be definitely our big program with Passion Curling. Our mission is to give the opportunity to every kid under 21 to discover curling in a structured, healthy, and safe environment. So in this program, you're going to have 2 different booklets. So one booklet is going to be for the instructors. I think we have around 80 pages. So there's a lot of information. There's going to be a technical description, a 20-week program with 3 different skills level, a bank of exercise. It's going to be also some evaluation charts, thing that I think was definitely lacking in curling. We don't really evaluate our participants. So we did create some charts that you will be able to use. And we do have a badges system also if clubs wants to use it as well. And there's up to 10 badges to accumulate for every participant. So for this program, we do offer a 4-hour training session, so which is great because if you do have a volunteer, a parent, a school teacher that is interested to give some times and just teach the kids, in the 4-hour, we really go through all the program and especially all the technical elements. So your instructors will be able to help the kids as much as possible on the ice for the drills, for all the technical parts. So this is going to be very, very big training, but very interesting for this program. So after the training, your instructors will be able again to understand and apply the U15 to U21 program, to establish a good structure for the season, to understand the different techniques related to curling, to ensure safety for all participants, to be able to recognize and select the correct skills levels, and to make sure participants have fun and have a positive experience on the ice. So here's just a look at our instructor's reference book. We also have a participants reference book. So once your club decides to start the program, so your instructors will have their booklet with all the 20-week program, and all of your participants will receive their participants booklet as well. So they're going to be able to follow what's going to be discussed in every session, all the technical elements. There's going to be some fun games on curling, and also they're going to have the charts for the evaluation, so they can fill in their results in their book. They can bring it at home. They can show their book to their friends. So it's really a good way as well to make some good promotion of our sport. And here is just a look of the badges that we have. So we do have 7 badges that are related to the skills levels. So skills 1 to 7. And we do have a little booklet that explains what are the scores to get all the badges. And let's say if your kids is in level 3 and doesn't get enough points to go to level 4 for one season, well, they're still going to get a badge, but it's going to be either the team spirit, perseverance, or positive attitude. So there's always a way to get a badge each season. So for the program's cost, for the Blizzard, so what is included in the cost? So let's say Blizzard program, it's going to cost $90 for your clubs, GST included. That includes the training session, which is a 1.5 hour. And we always send a starting kit as well. So with the documents that are be included in the program. And for our U15 to U21 program, the cost is going to be the $529, GST included, which includes a 4-hour training session and also the starting kit. So you do have everything that you need to start. And if we do travel to your club, we're just going to be adding some traveling fee. And that's going to be it. Also for the products, for the Blizzard program, you don't need to buy anything like after your basic fee. Usually CURLSASK is ending all the certificates, so I will just make sure that it's still the case this year. We can confirm maybe with Dustin after. For the U15 to U21 program, I'm going to be in charge of all the reference books. Like I said, in the starting kit, we do send 1 instructor reference document. We usually send 5 participant documents, and for all the rest of the documents, so $20 for each participant document. And for those who will do the skills, the charts for the evaluation, then the badge is going to be $5 per badge. For the participant book and the badges, we do recommend to add that fee in your registration fee, so the club doesn't have to pay more. It's really going to come from each participant's registration fee. So our recommendations, if you do want to start one of the programs, of course, we do encourage to start with the Blizzard, which would be our step 1, just to create that great structure, to have a little bit more kids involved in your programs, and then just to follow up with the U15 to U21 programs. You can either reach out to myself or to CURLSASK, depending on what program you want to start. And the first step would definitely be to schedule a training sessions for me to send you the starting kit and to get your club ready to start either the Blizzard or the U15 to U21. So we do want to train your instructors before you start, of course. We do want to make sure you're going to be able to create a structure for your curling clubs, that you're going to have some time to advertise the program. And also you can get in touch with schools, club members, association, just to help doing a little bit more promotion. I would say that the Blizzard program is awesome for after school programs. If there's a school close to your clubs, this is great. You just go to the board of the school to say, hey, we do have like a ready to go program. You can show them the booklets. It's very, very structured. Schools usually loves it. And it's a good way to get some more people involved at your club. So there you go. I will let Dustin do the rest of his presentation. And if you have any questions, either on the Blizzard or the U15, we'll have some time at the end of this webinar.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Awesome. So now just kind of moving into our U15 and U18 spiels. So we're super excited to continue these into this season with some new branding and kind of a new logo look for our spiels. So these are hosted by curling clubs across the province, and these are kind of ran solely by the curling club with some help from CURLSASK with some funding, branding, and promotion. But primarily, the host club is responsible for taking registrations, gathering prizes, and running the event. And kind of one thing that CURLSASK does to support these spiels is providing $20 per team in funding back to the club. So it's on a per team basis on how many are registered in the spiel. And we've had a great response so far from clubs wanting to host the spiels this year. And if you're still looking to host a spiel, there's still time to register. So get in touch with me anytime and be happy to send you the details on how to register your spiel, as well as if you would like to send me it this week, I'd be happy to add you to our fall poster that will go out in our mail out in the next couple weeks. We're super excited this year also to debut a new challenge in January of 2022 called the Sliders Challenge. So this is going to be a virtual competition for youth curlers aged 5 to 8, so pretty young, and parents and guardians, they'll submit their videos to CURLSASK, and then we'll have a pro analyze their slide and then provide feedback to the curler on the slide, and the curler that has the highest score will receive a lesson from a pro, and we're still working out some of the details, but this will be launched in January. So moving into our hit, draw, tap competition. So along with Curling Canada, we'll be having the 3rd annual Hit, Draw, Tap competition this season. So Hit, Draw, Tap is a youth skills competition where kids aged 6 to 13 compete individually against other youth curlers across the province. Hit, Draw, Tap has 3 different age categories where they perform 3 specific shots: the hit, draw, tap, the hit, draw, and a tap. So dependent on the age of the curler will depend on the difficulty of the shot, as it's modified based on the age of the curler. So Saskatchewan clubs, we really encourage you to incorporate the hit, draw, tap into your existing programming. So this might be the Blizzard program, already existing club-based programming that you have. And then you can also use this curling clubs as a recruitment opportunity during an open house week, or build it into your programs. So then after Curling Canada's kind of hit, draw, tap, we have this new U15 Prairie Rock Fest. So this year it'll be held in Moose Jaw, March 25th to 27th, 2022, as well as there'll be 3 other rock fests hosted, one in the west, one in the east, and then one in the Atlantic. So Saskatchewan and Manitoba will make up the Prairie Rock Fest, and athletes will participate in both singles and triples at this regional event. So this is for athletes under 15 years of age. So early October, mid-October, Curling Canada will be launching a singles app for both iPhone or iOS and Android. So the U15 curlers and their coaches, they'll implement their single scores into the app, which will qualify them for the regional Rock Fest at the end of March. So moving into singles curling, one of the parts of the Prairie Rock Fest. So singles curling is an exciting new discipline that has been developed by Curling Canada. And as the name suggests, curlers compete as individual throwers, but they also will have assistance from a line caller and sweepers in order to help them execute their shots. So this is a series of common played shots, and there's a predetermined criteria. So at the U15 level, there's 6 shots. So there's a hit and stay, draw, hit and roll, guard, peel, and draw round. And we'll just click on to this scorecard here. So this is an example of the scorecard where you would put in the scores for each of the shots, and it's available on our website. So the idea of the singles is hopefully through practicing singles curling we can improve on our shots and make the easy shots, which will hopefully win us more curling games. So this is used as a great practice tool at the U15 level, but also in other groups at U21 and U18, U21, and U25. There'll also be singles app for those different age groups as well. And now moving into triples curling. So this is another new discipline that has just been made kind of in the last few years. So with triples, it consists of 3 players on each team. So each player throws 2 rocks per end, and the game is kind of broken up into 3 different mini sets. So basically mini games. So the first 2 ends, or set 1, is worth 2 points, followed by set 2, which is worth 2 points, and set 3, which is worth 4 points. And if the score is tied at the end of a set, the set is split. And the positions are lead, middle, and skip. And the most exciting part about triples, which we really want our youth to focus on, is playing all the different positions and not getting stuck at one position. So through each of the 3 sets, you play all of the positions. So this is an example of a triples score sheet scorecard. So we have the first set here, which is ends 1 and 2. So if blue starts with a hammer, then in set 2, the other team would start with a hammer. So just as an example, so let's say in end 1, the blue team scored 1, and in end 2 they stole 1, then they would get the set, or the 2 points. And after ends 3 and 4, after the players have switched positions, if they each score 1 point each end, then they would split the points. And then in the final set, which is worth the same amount of points as the first 2 sets, they can, if they split the points, there's double the amount of the points. So if you didn't do well in the first couple sets, you do have a chance in the last set to still tie the game, and then you would go to a shootout to determine the final result of the game. And now moving into some competition. So once every 4 years, the Saskatchewan Winter Games are held, and next year the Saskatchewan Winter Games will be held in Regina, February 20th to 23rd. The male and female teams will be played at the Cali Curling Club in Regina the first half of the week, and then the last half will be played, which is mixed doubles, at the Highland Curling Club. So for the 4-player teams, male and female, the competitors should be U16 years of age, and then for the doubles, it's a little bit older, where U18 can compete in the mixed doubles. So any information you need on further information, the technical details, you can visit our website, curlsask.ca/2022 Saskatchewan Winter Games, for more information there. And to register before the Saskatchewan Winter Games, you qualify through your district. So that can also be found on our website. And then this is CURLSASK's first provincial championship that we run, our U18 championship. So in a non-Saskatchewan Winter Games year, we would have also a mixed doubles component to the provincials. But this year, the U18 provincials will be held in Humboldt the last week of December, which will determine 1 boys team and 2 girls teams for nationals, with the national championship to be played in February 14th to 20th in Timmins, Ontario. And I just wanted to mention, this is the first year that the U18 provincials will be an open championship. So this will be an amazing opportunity where teams will get to go directly to provincials and be able to experience the provincial championship experience. And then the last part of the presentation tonight that I'd like to mention is Curling Canada's grassroots funding that's available. So this is $200,000 to fund youth curling programs. And they would like junior coordinators or club managers to apply for the program. So this is funding to maybe start a new league, recruitment of BIPOC youth, and or school programming. And this is all thanks to Curling Canada's For the Love of Curling program. And the new funding aims to provide youth new opportunities to be involved in curling and try the sport out with their friends in a fun and welcoming, inclusive environment. And the deadline is fast approaching next week on September 30th. So you have until then at midnight to apply. And if you're looking for more information, you can visit Curling Canada's website, as well as contact me, and I can help you with the application. And we would love to see your curling clubs start new programs. And that ends kind of our presentation for the evening. So if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat box or unmute yourself, and you can ask your questions, and Emily and I would be happy to answer anything about the Blizzard program, our beginner programs, competitions. So feel free, if you have any questions, to unmute and ask. Or about funding, happy to answer those questions as well. Emily, do you see any questions in the chat box?
Nothing yet, so
Nothing yet.
Don't be afraid if you have anything. Like we said, we just did a little overview of each program. You can also contact me or Dustin for any information. But yeah, if you have any questions tonight, just let us know and we'll be happy to answer them. So we just have a question here. So how much is the grant for the Blizzard program? Like Dustin was telling me today, so it's going to go from $100 to $400, depending on how many participants you have in your program. So I don't know, Dustin, if you have something a little bit more precise, but yeah, it's definitely going to go into those numbers for the Blizzard.
Yeah, so Larissa, we're going to do it based on number of participants. So if there's over 8 participants, it'll be by eight participants per $100 that you would receive in funding for having the Blizzard program at your curling club. And we should mention that the Blizzard program, it's kind of now in place to the previous Fun Curl program. So this is our new youth development program that we'll be going forward with now here in the future.
So just have a question for the contact info. I will put my email address if you guys have any more questions. So it's pretty easy. It's passioncurling@gmail.com if you want to contact me. I still have my Quebec cell phone number. So if you want to chat, just send me your phone number and I'll call you. No problem.
Perfect. Well, that's all the questions we have for tonight. I'd like to thank you for joining us, and we'll send a follow-up email with a copy of this presentation. And just like to thank you for joining to learn more about our youth programs, and we're very much looking forward to the upcoming season. And please don't hesitate to reach out to myself or Emily if you have any questions about the programs throughout the season, and reach out at any time. Thanks again, everyone.
You just have one more question, Dustin,
sure.
before you go. Will you be accepting out of province participants to your curling camp schedule for this season?
Yes, we will be. Yes, for sure. We'll definitely accept out of province to our Pearland curling camps for sure. Any other questions that you can see there, Emily? Sorry, I can't see the chat box here.
No worries. Nope, nothing for now. I think that's all. So thanks everyone for being with us tonight. It was a pleasure, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity to work with some of your clubs this season or in the future.
Sure. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for joining tonight.